Have you ever noticed that when you suspect someone is being shady, you'll do what you can to expose their potential wrongdoings? Well, that's what Lincoln and Clyde found out in the episode I'm going to talk about today. So join me as I, SteamTeamRedubUK, CC Trainor-Ling, bring you another retro review from past seasons of The Loud House. Cue the intro! Today's episode is Cheater by the Dozen. In this episode, Lincoln and Clyde suspect Bobby is cheating on Lori, so they follow him around town to gather evidence to prove his supposed unfaithfulness. All you have to do is take one look at the synopsis and you already know how the story is going to end. It ends with Lincoln and Clyde being proven wrong and that Bobby wasn't having multiple affairs. You would think I would absolutely hate this episode because of how overly predictable it is, but I'm actually not that critical of it. For starters, Lincoln and Clyde getting suspicious about Bobby's actions when they saw him leaving another girl's house in the beginning was certainly credible. Bobby was acting nervous and told them not to tell Lori what he was doing because it was complicated. The Loud sisters also get involved when Lincoln tells them what might be going on with Bobby, and just when they believe Bobby was in fact having an affair while staking out that girl's house, they see the girl was not dating Bobby, and the sisters understandably get mad at Lincoln for jumping to conclusions. However, jumping to conclusions is exactly what Lincoln and Clyde continue to do throughout the episode when they see Bobby hanging out with and having suspicious conversations with other women and strangely dancing with some guy. They manage to get a few pictures of what Bobby is doing, some being very shady like the one with him talking to a girl at a place called Makeout Hill and the one where it looked like he was proposing. And they even captured him on video doing what might have been a very compromising act involving no pants, an older woman, and quite possibly her dog. No comment on that last one. Considering how this new evidence looked a bit more credible than what was uncovered during their initial stakeout, the Louse sisters were more willing to believe their brother this time around, and they go to confront Bobby during his anniversary date with Lori. As to be expected, they present Bobby with the evidence Clink and McCloud gathered, and Bobby goes on to explain who the people were in the photos and how they were helping him to prepare for his big date with Lori. So yeah, everything was just one big misunderstanding. Bobby didn't have multiple relationships, and Lori's siblings nearly ruined their sister's anniversary. Still, no matter how mad Lori got, she was still appreciative of how her siblings were just looking out for her and didn't want her to get hurt. In the end, she and Bobby have a great anniversary together, and Clink and McCloud work in the kitchen of the restaurant to work off all the damage Clyde caused to some of the food. Speaking of Clyde, I want to mention a few highlight moments of the episode. As minor as it was, I actually thought it was funny seeing Clyde trying to get himself pumped up by attempting to lift weights and doing various exercises. He seriously considered throwing down with Bobby if it turned out he was being unfaithful to Lori. I also got a quick laugh when Lenny decided to change the steak out to a salmon out. And finally, Lana mentions how Lori will hurt you if you're wrong about something. Lynn recalls a time where she told Lori they were out of bread, but then Lori found the loaf and beat her with it. Later towards the end, Lori threatens to beat every one of her siblings at the restaurant, and Lynn quietly removes the breadsticks from the table. However, the moment Lori says she forgives everyone for what they had done, Lynn picks up the breadsticks and starts eating them. Gotta love a good old-fashioned brick joke. Overall, despite how incredibly predictable the episode is from start to finish, I don't think it's all that bad. Lincoln, Clyde, and even the Loud sisters all had good intentions and never meant to cause any trouble. A good sibling would want to make sure their sister was not being cheated on, and you have to admit, some of those pictures taken during the latter half of the story were quite suspicious. As far as Lori and Bobby go, their relationship may not be the best of any show, nor is it my favorite Loud House OTP, but on the surface, I don't think they're that bad as a couple. I may be in the distinct minority when I say this, but I think this episode is quite good for what it is. Just because the plot is predictable, it doesn't automatically mean it's awful. You may feel differently, but as always, that's just what I think. With that said, I give Cheater by the Dozen an 8 out of 10. Well folks, that concludes my review of Cheater by the Dozen. So I gotta ask, what did you guys think of this episode? Sound off in the comments below, and be sure to click that subscribe button for more Loud House related content. That's going to do it for me. I'll catch you guys for the next video, but until then, this is SteamTeamRedubUK, CC Trainor-Ling, signing off. Peace out, home slices.